Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I will be making some fried fish and festivals. Now I'll be making the festivals from scratch and it will be my very first time making festivals. The fish that I'll be using is some yellowtail snapper fish. So please stay tuned, and also guys, please hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and please watch the video to the end to see the outcome of the fried fish and the festival. Alright, these are all of the seasonings that I'm using on the fish. Now I'll begin to clean my fish with some lemon juice. The fish was already cleaned by the fish market, and I'm adding some lemon juice to get rid of that rawness. Now I will go ahead and inspect my fish to ensure that they're thoroughly clean. The fins were already cut off by the fish market, so all I have to do is just do a second inspection before I begin to season them. Now I will begin to season my fish. I'm starting with some fish seasoning. Then I did some garlic powder. A little bit of too much of garlic powder came out, so I had to just go ahead and spread that evenly all throughout the fish. And the fish were previously cut, so that's the reason why I'm not frying them whole. I'm going to fry them split. So I'll fry the head and then I'll fry the tail, or I'll fry the tail first and then the head. Whichever way you want to do it, you can go ahead and do it. So yes, I add all of my seasoning, and every seasoning that I add to the fish, I go ahead and massage that into the fish. Yep, nicely seasoned. Now I'm going to add some black pepper, and then I'm going to add some crushed red pepper flakes just to give it a little kick, on the fish. Now here's the fish, nicely seasoned and ready to go. Here's everything that I'm going to use for my festival: cornmeal, Lasco, brown sugar, vanilla essence, and some salt. So I go ahead and use 3 cups of flour and add that to the bowl. Then I'm going to add 2 quarter cups of cornmeal. And now I'm going to add, I think I added about 3 quarter cups of sugar. Then I added 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I added 2 tablespoons of Lasco, vanilla Lasco. And then I added some cinnamon powder. I added about, let's say, half a tablespoon of cinnamon powder. Now I'm going to do some water with vanilla essence. I think I poured a little bit too much vanilla essence, but you'll see in the end how these festivals turn out. I added some salt, and now you want to incorporate all of your ingredients together. Just make sure everything is well mixed in. So I'm using my hands to do that, to break up the sugar, the cornmeal, the baking powder, the cinnamon. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my liquid mixture, which is the water with some vanilla essence. And you're going to have to knead until the dough comes together. Guys, this gave me hells. The dough was super sticky, so I had to go in and add some flour, to try to work it in, because all of the recipes I saw, they said not to over knead the dough, but this dough was super sticky, and you'll see in the end how the festivals came out. But yeah. So yes, I added some more flour, and I'm going to go ahead and keep kneading. You see the dough nice and soft. That's how it should be. And then I'm just going to let it sit and rest. I let that sit and rest for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now I am just prepping my veggies for my fish. So I am frying the fish, and I'm going to add some pickled veggies on top of it. Not all of them, just about 3 I'm doing that for, because I don't necessarily want all of this for myself, but I'm sharing it with someone else. So that's why I am preparing this. So I did onion, I have some thyme, Scotch bonnet pepper, yellow and orange pepper. So I did yellow Scotch bonnet pepper and green Scotch bonnet pepper. So listen, the sauce came out really good. It's tasty, but super spicy, which is too much for me. And of course, I'm going to prep my garlic as well. I'm going to add that in with my oil when I'm frying the fish. I am also peeling my carrots. I use the peeler to get them this fine, which I kind of like that. It's easier, less work for me. So yes, here's everything now: onion, peppers, carrots, scotch bonnet pepper, garlic, and thyme. Now to a heated pan, I'm gonna add my oil. This is for me to fry my fish. I'm going to fry the fish first before I do the festivals because I want that dough to sit. So I added some thyme to my oil. I added some garlic, and then I added a scotch bonnet pepper as well. Apparently, this helps to keep down the fish scent when you're frying fish. So I'm just trying it out. So I went ahead with my timid self and start with one fish before I added the rest. So yes, the fish, I let it fry on each side for about 3 minutes. And then I flip it. Look at it. It looks so good. Crispy and nice. Nicely frying. So I fried the fish without flour. As you can see, my grandma, she would fry fish with flour. But I am just trying it out this way. And I think I did a pretty good job. So now I kicked it up a notch. I added 2 to the pan this time, and I let it fry on each side for about 3 minutes until each side is crispy. So I'm just here flipping the fish to ensure that they're thoroughly cooked and fried nicely. Now I will remove the fish from the oil, place it on a plate with some paper towel to remove that excess oil. So yes, look at the fish looking nice and crispy, nicely fried. So nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fry the heads. So I did 2 at a time. It's only 3, but I went ahead and just do 2. I fry each side and then I flip it. And I do that for the other one as well. And I just let them both get crispy on each side. And I'm just checking to see, okay, is it good? I felt like it could have get a little bit more golden and a little bit more crispy. So I went ahead and flipped it again on the other side. Now I'm going to remove the fish heads from the oil. Place on that same plate with paper towel to remove that excess oil. Don't mind how it looks, but it's just the heat from the oil that caused the fish to look like that. And now I'm frying the last one. So I'm gonna go ahead and fry, of course, on each side for about 3 minutes. And here it is, finished product of the fish. Well, the frying part. Now I am working on the pickling or the pickle process of the veggies. So I removed the excess oil from the pan. This is the same pan I was frying the fish in. And I went ahead and add in some onion, garlic. I'm adding in my peppers. And then I will let this saute for just maybe a minute or 2 before I add in my vinegar. I'm just going to move it around in the pan. Now I'm adding in my white vinegar. Not too much. I would say maybe that was about, maybe 2 cups, maybe. Yeah, about 2 cups. So I just poured some into the pan, and then I'm just going to let this cook down a little bit in the vinegar. And the vinegar helps to preserve it as well. That's like the pickling process of it. So yes, I'm just letting this cook down a little bit in the vinegar. Now I'm adding some pimento seeds for flavor, and I'm gonna let that simmer down as well. I'm gonna add a thyme, and now I will go in with my carrots, my favorite part. It looks so pretty. So I added in the carrots. And I'm have to let the carrots cook a little bit as well too. So, I'm just going to evenly spread that out in the pan. And I'm just going to let them saute and get all nicely done before I go ahead and add some sugar. So I am going to add some sugar to the pan just for taste, just to have that little sweet taste. to counteract the bitterness from the vinegar. So I added some brown sugar, maybe about 3 or 2.5 tablespoons. And then I'm going to just let that sugar melt and cook down with everything and let everything simmer down before I remove it from the pan and place on the fish. So yes, this is how it looks now, cooked down. Here's the fish, all of the fish together, looking nice. Look at that seasoning. You guys know seasoning queen, gotta make sure her fish nicely seasoned. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the veggies on top of the fish and some of that sauce. So I'm removing the onions, the peppers, the carrot, the scotch bonnet, the pimento, the thyme, everything. You just place it right on top of your fish. And this would be considered escovitch fish, but I don't necessarily feel like this was the true authentic escovitch fish. So for me, I'll just say I just pickled some veggies and I'm placing it on top of the fish, and I'm gonna add the sauce. Yes, that sauce is so tasty. Yes, so here's the finished product of the fish. Looks so nice. I'm just adding my finishing touches with the sauce so that the sauce can get through and through the fish, and adding the remaining toppings. And yes, that's how you fry your fish, pickle your veggies, and present it just like this. Now, let's get into the festivals. Oh my, these really gave me a run for my money. So, I am not good with the rolling out process. I think I did them too big. I don't think I got the shape right. But, hey, I tried my best. It was my first time. Please drop down in the comments some suggestions on what I can do better the next time around, because I do like festivals and I definitely want to see if I can get them to come out better in terms of the shape especially. So you want to just go ahead and add them to your pan and fry them on each side until they're golden brown, and then you're going to remove them from the pan, place them on some paper towel to remove that excess oil. And I just went ahead and repeat this step through and through until I was finished. So yes, here's another shot of them frying. They look really good in terms of color and everything. And yeah, I was able to break it. They were fluffy. They were how I think festivals should be. And yeah, this is how they came out. I definitely think I could have do a better job in terms of the shape. But like I said, I tried my best. So please drop down in the comments what you think I could do better. So yes, guys, this is the finished product. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you made it this far, subscribe if you haven't. Turn on your post notification bells. And please let me know in the comments how you think I did. This is the finished product. Some fried fish and festival.